You are listening to the Elite Sports Show. I am your co-host, Knoxville's own Sam Moore.
And I am your co-host, the crown jewel of New Jersey, Anthony Towoda.
Alright, and we're going. It's February 18th, 2018. I am, as always, I'm Sam Moore.
And I am your co-host, Anthony Towoda.
Alright, and before we get into our All-Star Weekend coverage, we're going to give a little bit of an announcement in case you didn't see our Facebook post. We are going to be moving to a weekly show every Sunday rather than doing it on a daily basis for multiple reasons that I don't want to delve into, but me and Tony together decided it would be best if we just did one show once a week. Maybe later on down the road we'll add in a couple shows during the week as well.
Yeah.
But as of right now, we're just doing it every Sunday, super show, me and Tony, every week. So you do have that every week that you will be getting that guaranteed. Now that's out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the All-Star break, NBA All-Star break festivities. And Friday we started off with the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game.
Yeah.
Tony, you did not watch it?
Nah,
I do recommend watching it, and I usually don't watch it myself because I'm not big on celebrity stuff. I think it's well documented for both of us, actually. When we started this, we kind of, called out sports shows and sports radio.
Yeah, we've done that a lot.
Yeah,
getting too much in celebrity bullshit.
Yeah, they go too much into pop culture and shit like that. But I'm a big fan of Migos. This is one of the only times we'll talk about stuff that's non-sports related. Yeah. I'm a big Migos fan. I love Migos. Yeah. And Quavo, of course, was in the All-Star Celebrity Game. And he actually ended up taking the MVP. He had 19 points in the game.
Pretty good.
He was on Team Clippers, and Team Clippers took the win 75-66 over Team Lakers.
Yeah.
I kind of like how they did the All-Star break stuff this year with the Celebrity Game.
Yeah.
Since it's LA, they have two teams. They did Clippers versus Lakers. I really like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good idea in my opinion, too.
Yeah. But yeah, Quavo won the Celebrity Game MVP. It was a really fun game to watch, actually. He's a really good player. Jamie Foxx was in the game as well, and he's just fucking hilarious.
Django.
Yeah, he's hilarious. But later on that Friday, we had the Rising Stars Challenge and a shootout, as you would expect for All-Star Week in any game that's going to take place on All-Star Week. It was Team World taking on Team USA, and Team World takes the win, 155-124. The MVP for that game was Bogan Bogdanovic, and he ended up finishing with 26 points, 7 for 13 from beyond the arc. He had 6 assists. 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Buddy Hield had a big game too. He had 29 points off 12 for 22 shooting. He was 5 for 14 from beyond the arc. Not the best, but he had 3 rebounds and 3 assists. We move on to the 3-point shootout, which was won by the Suns' Devin Booker over Klay Thompson.
What a surprise.
Yeah, that's an unexpected winner on that one.
I bet the Suns wish he could actually do that in a game.
Yeah,
hit that three.
Because he actually set a record for the highest score in a finals, 3-point shootout finals.
Yeah,
with 28 points. But yeah, he beat out Klay Thompson, who had doesn't have Klay Thompson's score, but I think it was a close one. Yeah. I think Klay had something like 25 points.
Yeah, something like that.
And Devin Booker just beat him out with 28. But yeah, Devin Booker is your 3-point shootout champion for the 2018 All-Star break. Let's go ahead and move on to the Skills Challenge, which was won by Brooklyn's Spencer Dinwiddie, who is having a career year. He beat out Lauri Markkanen. Did we ever decide how to pronounce his fucking name?
No,
is it Lauri Markkanen?
I think it's Markkanen. Yeah, I think Markkanen is what I feel like it's Markkanen. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, but Spencer Dinwiddie takes that. He's having a career year, having a really good year in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
He's one of outside of D'Angelo Russell, who I think he's been injured for most of the year, hasn't he?
Pretty much, yeah.
Spencer Dinwiddie, he wins the Skills Challenge. He's had a great year in Brooklyn. He's been Brooklyn's top player for just about every game. Yeah. And then the dunk contest. Yeah. Really fun dunk contest, from what I've heard. I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah, but we saw the highlights.
We did see the highlights. And I saw a couple dunks that I was a fan of. You were a fan of as well, I believe.
Donovan Mitchell, of course, who was the winner of the dunk contest.
Yeah.
His great dunk.
Had a nice Vince Carter
nice
tribute dunk. Yeah. He as he was setting up the dunk, he went to lean into the dunk, and then as he was starting to take off, he kind of stopped and paused.
Yeah, definitely.
Took his jersey off to reveal a Vince Carter Raptors jersey underneath, which was really cool. And then he does the 360 dunk from Vince Carter's dunk contest win.
Yes, great. Yeah, he had a really good.
So Donovan Mitchell takes it over Larry Nance Jr., who also had a really cool dunk that I really enjoyed.
Shout out to Larry Nance Jr. For imitating his dad on that dunk.
Yeah. He does the same thing Mitchell does, where he didn't exactly do it in the same way Donovan Mitchell did, because they had Larry Nance Jr. behind like a curtain. Yeah. I guess he was changing or like taking it down to that, but he was wearing his dad's Phoenix Suns uniform. Yeah. Which was really cool. I really enjoyed that. He did the dunk that his dad did in the dunk contest that he was in. So that was really cool. I'm going to try to find that dunk contest when we finish, actually, just try to watch that because I do want to see it. And of course, All-Star Weekend's coming to an end today, and it ends tonight coverage starts at 7 o'clock on TNT, and the game officially starts. They have it listed at 8:20 Eastern Time. And that is, of course, Team LeBron versus Team Stephen Curry.
Stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah, I hate the way.
I just fucking hate it.
Yeah, I hate the way they have it set up this year.
Like East-West, just natural. Plus, it's better. I mean, I don't give a shit if the West is obviously the better conference. I mean, who cares? It's an all-star.
It's just how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah. Not the two best players in the league.
Yeah. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Yeah. But we'll run through the rosters real quick. And Team LeBron, it'll seem like he has more players than Team Curry, but it's only because like half of his fucking roster got injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll run through Team LeBron real quick, which is LeBron, of course, LaMarcus Aldridge, Bradley Beal, DeMarcus Cousins, who's injured, Anthony Davis, who's injured, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, Victor Oladipo, Kristaps Porzingis, who's injured, John Wall, who is injured, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Andre Drummond, Goran Dragic, and Kemba Walker. And I'll let Tony read Team Stephen Curry.
Team Steph and Curry is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan, Joel Embiid, Draymond Green, James Harden, Al Horford, Damian Lillard, Kyle Lowry, Klay Thompson, and Karl Anthony Towns.
Who you got in this game?
I got Steph.
I do too.
I just think him and DeMar and Joel and James Harden I don't think James Harden's coming off the bench, honestly. No. But I just think his team's made up of just 3-point shooters. Like, they're going to shoot the fucking lights out.
I think the players on Team Curry will mesh better than the players on Team LeBron. I feel like LeBron just picked his friends as opposed to picking a better team, which is, I mean, not like it should really matter. It's just a fucking all-star game, but at the same time, like, when you're looking at it in this sense, Curry's team looks like a better team.
Yeah. When it comes to chemistry, at least.
Yeah. But, considering all things, it's all-star break. Well, we decided we're going to partake in the festivities, and we have decided to take it amongst ourselves to draft a starting five for our own all-star break. So we did a coin toss. I won the coin toss. Yeah. I got the first pick. And I'll run through my team real quick, which consists of James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and Anthony Davis, which I feel is a pretty good team. And we'll let Tony run through his real quick.
Oh, thank you, Sam. My all-star team. I got my starting five is Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan, and LeBron James. Pretty good lineup, in my opinion. Obviously, stole a couple picks. You got three, in my opinion, the three best players in the league with Durant, Curry, and James. All right, well, Sam is trying to get Alex on the phone, and we're going to talk a little MMA and wrestling. Heard about that McGregor versus Mayweather MMA fight. I mean, be honest, I'm a big fan of Mayweather, but he just needs to stay out of the octagon. That's nowhere where he belongs.
All right, yeah. So I'm back. Sorry about my departure there. I'm sure everybody missed me, but we got my good friend from the Spotcast. We got Alex Woods on. He's going to talk a little bit of UFC, and then I'm going to team up with him. We'll do some pro wrestling coverage. So, Alex, you have the floor.
What is up, everybody? Thank you guys for having me on. I'm really excited to be on here and honored to get to come do this with you. It's been a pretty busy week in MMA, even though this is kind of typically the UFC's downtime. But we've seen a couple of pretty big fights in the last few weeks. Last weekend, we had UFC 221 happen. That was headlined by Yoel Romero versus Luke Rockhold. In what was supposed to be for the interim middleweight championship, but unfortunately, Yoel Romero did not make weight by about 1.5 pounds. He's a big dude, so I guess it happens from time to time. So the only person who was actually competing for the interim middleweight championship was Luke. So, but yeah, we had as the headliner. It was a great fight. Went 3 rounds. Saw Luke Rockhold kind of dominate the first 2 rounds with Yoel Romero feeling him out. But near the end of the fight, near the end of the second round, you really start to see Luke Rockhold get what I kind of like to call it the tall man's frustration. And it's whenever they're fighting an opponent who's just so much shorter and stockier and stronger than they are. They start missing all these shots because they're just too tall and lanky. And then in the third round, you saw Yoel Romero really start to take over. And then ends up finishing him in a minute 48 of the third round after he dodged what looked to be just a disgusting uppercut by Luke Rockhold, followed up with several punches into a complete and clean knockout. So even though Yoel Romero missed weight, he'll definitely be the next guy in line to fight Robert Whittaker for that middleweight title. The guy's just a killer at 40 years old, and he's going to fight for the middleweight title. So it should be an interesting fight. In the co-main, we had Curtis Blades versus Mark Hunt. Mark Hunt's just kind of been complaining about everything lately, I guess. But Curtis Blades just kind of went out there and really put a clinic on him. Beat him in a couple of rounds, 10-8, with this new scoring system they have in. So Curtis Blades definitely on the rise in the heavyweight division. One of the few guys that actually didn't get knocked out by Francis Ngannou, but Francis didn't submit him, oddly enough. But look out for Curtis Blades on the heavyweight side. Going down the card again, we had Tai Tuivasa versus Cyril Asker, with Tai finishing him in the first round in 2 minutes, 18 seconds with a TKO. Tai Tuivasa is kind of an up-and-coming heavyweight, a little bit younger and a little bit fresher than Curtis Blades, but just a mean kind of fighter, almost in the vein of a Francis Ngannou or a Cain Velasquez in terms of the cardio this kid's kind of got. And then at the bottom of the main card, which is kind of the last I'm going to go over, the preliminaries weren't anything to write home about. We had Jake Matthews fighting Li Jingliang, with Jake Matthews winning in a unanimous decision. Honestly, this was the fight of the night. Great fight. Jake Matthews dominated most of it, but Lee had probably 4 or 5 moments throughout the fight where you thought he was about to finish Jake. And it was a great fight. The one knock against it being Lee, at one point, Jake Matthews had a rear naked choke in on him, and Lee was reaching back and sticking his fingers into Jake Matthews' eyes and literally just gouging him. So, yeah, that was not cool, but he didn't even get knocked by the ref. A lot of controversy around that one. Joe Rogan even brought it up on his podcast. He was kind of upset. Moving forward a little bit, though, we go into the last night, which was actually Bellator 194. Looking at fights, I'm not going to break them down, every single fight down individually. We're just going to kind of talk about the main ones. The main event was Matt Mitrione and Roy Nelson in what was a really good heavyweight fight. Matt Mitrione and Roy Nelson both have this cardio that not a lot of heavyweights have. I'm pretty sure Roy Nelson just kind of stores it all in his gut and just comes out in each fight. But we saw Matt Mitrione win in basically a split decision, with one judge actually scoring it a draw. It was that close. That was actually the second match of Bellator's heavyweight Grand Prix, with the winner of that going on to face the winner of Ryan Bader and King Mo in a couple of months. So it should be an interesting fight, regardless of whoever comes out of that. The co-main event was Patrick Freire versus Derek Campos, and Patrick Freire just put on a complete and total dominant performance. Got a first round TKO, just knocked him out clean in what was one of the nastiest knockouts so far of 2018. Because he put Pitbull Patrick Freire on a 3-fight win streak, so he could be within a lightweight title shot coming up soon. The only other kind of fight of note was the opening round, or the opening fight of the main card, which was Taiwan Claxton and Jose Perez. This is Taiwan Claxton's second professional MMA fight. He was actually a two-time NCAA All-American, beast of a wrestler coming out of Appalachian State. One of the guys that Bellator kind of jumped on really quick after near the end of his college career. And then tonight we actually have a pretty good UFC Fight Night card coming out of Austin, Texas. The main event is Donald Cerrone versus Yancy Medeiros. This is going to be a very telling fight for Donald Cerrone. He is coming off a pretty bad loss to Darren Till. It was kind of obvious he didn't take the fight seriously, wasn't training a whole lot, and there's a lot of people think he's doing the same thing here. He's not really training. He's not really taking Yancy very seriously. He should be, because Yancy Medeiros is a killer who's on a 3-fight win streak. So that one should be interesting. The current main event is going to be Derek Lewis versus Marcin Tybura in a heavyweight fight that definitely kind of has title implications, especially if Cain Velasquez is going to be hung up for a little bit. Derek Lewis was almost kind of Francis Ngannou before Francis was Francis. He came in, knocked a bunch of guys out really quickly, talked a lot of trash, thought he was going to be great, and then went on like a 3-fight losing streak. Whereas Marcin Tybura has been tearing folks up since he got in. I believe he was on, check this really quick, I think he's on a 2-fight win streak, maybe a 3. 3-fight win streak. He did actually just lose to Fabricio Verdun, which, I mean, Fabricio is a former UFC champion and probably one of the greatest heavyweights of all time outside of maybe Stipe. Outside of that, you have James Vick, who is a number 12, versus Francisco Trinaldo, who's ranked 14. So just two guys that are kind of trying to move up, move up in that 155-pound weight class. And James Vick is 12-1 and has looked pretty impressive in his last few fights. He's a real jiu-jitsu kind of killer, whereas Francisco Trinaldo is a long-time Muay Thai, as well as, once again, another great jiu-jitsu guy. So this should be an interesting fight. The main card is rounded out with one of my personal favorite fighters, Thiago Alves versus Curtis Millender. Both guys are kind of in a need-to-win position. Curtis lost his very first fight in the UFC after trying to get in for a long time, so he's really going to have to pick it up. Then we've got Steve Peterson versus Brandon Davis down at 145. Both these guys are relatively new to the UFC. Once again, trying to prove something. And then rounding out that main card is going to be Bruce Sage Northcutt versus Evaldi Gucci. Sage, for those who maybe don't remember, was the first guy that got picked up by Dana White on his Art of the Fight series that he was doing on YouTube. And he's this blonde, pretty boy, jacked karate national champion who won his first couple of fights but has since been exposed pretty badly. So is going to need to really pick it up to prove something in this one. But yeah, that's been the UFC and MMA this week. A lot coming up down the pipeline. Stuff typically picks up around the end of February, beginning of March. They always like to do a pretty big card around St. Patty's Day weekend, and then of course the July 4th show will start getting some press here soon. But if Sam is ready, I'd like to discuss a little bit about what's been going on in the pro wrestling world.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
I think we have both not been watching a lot of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown recently. But I did kind of, do a little recap of what's been going on this morning. So have you seen what the most recent Elimination Chamber match is?
Yeah, it's the first ever 7-man Elimination Chamber. I think it's the ones I know of. It's Roman, Elias, Seth, Finn, Cena, Roman, and Braun. Is that all 7 of them?
Yep.
Okay. And
Yeah,
that's the Raw Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, of course.
Yeah, and winner, of course, goes on to face Brock.
So
for the
Roman.
title at Mania. So Roman is going to go on to face Brock for the title at Mania. Despite that, I'm going to try to enjoy it because with those guys, it should be a really good match.
Yeah. Even though the finish to it is already pretty much like confirmed, I think it's still going to be a really good match to watch. And as long as it's a good match, I think I'll be able to swallow the pill that is Roman versus Brock.
Yeah, no, exactly. And since it's all but confirmed that we're going to get Shinsuke and AJ at Mania, I can deal with Brock versus Roman. Then, of course, we're going to have the Women's Elimination Chamber match, Alexa Bliss versus Bayley, Mandy Rose, Mickie James, Sonya Deville, and Sasha. I am not excited for this.
No. Not at all.
Sasha versus Sonya kind of shit the bed in the Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
So my precedent for what I think this is going to be is not very good.
Yeah. And I think I've told you that. I think I even told you this during Royal Rumble weekend. If any of you guys are possible crossover Spotcast listeners, you know that me and Alex enjoyed Royal Rumble weekend in the sanctity of his home in Nashville. But yeah, I think it was. I don't think we talked about it on the show, but I'm pretty sure. I know I talked to you about the fact that it seems the more they throw these women into these history-making first-ever matches they've ever been in, the worse quality it is, and the less I care about it.
Yep, me too. They're forcing. I don't let it happen organically. I think that's a product of what happens when Vince gets a hold of a Triple H idea on the main roster.
Yeah.
He got them Women's Revolution and then just ruined it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where else they could even go with it. The Rumble was good. I'll give the Rumble that. The Women's Rumble was really good. The Hell in a Cell, like you said, shit the bed. I didn't think it was a good match. The Money in the Bank match, obviously, they had to do 2 of them because they fucked up the first one so bad. And I don't think this Elimination Chamber is going to change that.
And I'm really mad about the Women's Money in the Bank match because that's a match that they could have made awesome, and it was a good match outside of the finish.
Yeah.
And the finish was such shit because you completely negated the fact that it was these women fighting for this honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll do it better next year. Whenever they're going to have 4 Money in the Bank matches in one night.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Actually, is that all the pay-per-views are going to be dual branded from now on. So basically, rest in peace the brand split that lasted about a year.
Yeah, so, and I mean, technically the brand split exists because I don't think they can cross-compete for titles, but, I mean, are they doing this just to do more airtime? Or, I mean, I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it.
And I thought about this last night, the only thing for me that could make this okay is if they start sending people back down to NXT.
Yeah.
And cultivating people correctly.
Yeah, I agree. They need to avoid SmackDown becoming completely irrelevant. What they need to do is have alternating pay-per-views where, like, SmackDown main events one pay-per-view and the next one it's Raw main eventing and the next one it's SmackDown. They don't need to do, because that's what happened the first time. That's what happened with the first brand split. That's why SmackDown became irrelevant, because Raw was main eventing every single pay-per-view.
Yep, exactly. The Raw storyline always meant more, and it fucked everyone else. It fucked them over.
Yeah.
But moving on to what else is going on in the pro wrestling world, we do have Fastlane coming up as well.
Mm-hmm.
My
boy,
the only match, your boy Corbin
finally gets a main event world title shot that he's not going to win, but that's okay.
I'm really nervous they're going to do some shit though in this Fatal 5-Way. They're going to have someone else win it.
I've seen things where people are thinking Dolph is going to win, and they're going to have a triple threat between AJ, Dolph, and Shinsuke at Mania. That makes me sick to my stomach. I'm not.
I mean, I want AJ and Shinsuke one-on-one, but I still think those three could have a great match.
If they do the triple threat at Mania, I want the AJ Shinsuke rematch at SummerSlam.
Yes, I want them to save it for SummerSlam. I want Shinsuke to win the title and hold the title until SummerSlam.
Yeah. So, yeah, if they do the triple threat, save those singles match for SummerSlam, and I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. Although, so the rest of Fastlane, though, is a mystery. Who knows what the hell they're going to do. Yeah. But now on to the main show of the WWE, the number one brand of the past 3 weeks, the purple brand, 205 Live.
Hell yeah.
The only show that me and Sam have watched.
Yes. What a changing of the guard, where I haven't watched SmackDown or Raw since the Royal Rumble, but I've watched every 205 Live since.
Exactly. I have made sure to watch 205 Live. It's been so good.
It really has.
Match has been just top quality.
Like last week's show started off with it was do you remember who the first match was? I remember it, but it was
Akira Tozawa.
Yeah, that's what it was. So last week's episode I thought was structured very well. You had Mark Andrews and Akira Tozawa in like a semi high flying match. It was very fast paced, very athletic. And then the main event of that was Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese, which was a very mat-based, obviously with Drew Gulak in the match. A very mat-based, brawling match. And then Drew Gulak just fucking snapped.
And we got to see the CZW Gulak.
Yeah. It was amazing. But yeah, last week's show was structured very well. I really enjoyed the way it was structured. And 205 Live has just been amazing. And now we know the reason for that.
Oh, yeah, because Triple H has now been given full creative control of 205 Live.
Yep.
And it's being what it should have been from the start.
Yep.
Although, while full praise to Trips for what he's done, Drake Maverick as an on-screen presence has been perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing that I've noticed that I've loved, the video packages that they have been doing have been so good for all of them. Blake Murphy's this week was awesome.
Yeah, and I couldn't give two shits about Blake Murphy, but his video package was amazing.
Yeah, it made me excited. It made me excited for it.
Yeah,
and made me want to, made me want to be a Blake Murphy fan.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah, that is another thing I've noticed. The presentation of the show itself has been light years ahead of what it was before.
I think this is what the true almost indie show that Triple H wanted it to be is.
Yeah, I feel like if the UK show had actually happened, this is what it would look like.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. On to just a little bit, 2 other little wrestling tidbits I wanted to go over. Will Ospreay was on talking to Jericho this week, and while it actually was kind of a lackluster episode, he talked about WWE reaching out to him and just flat out said that he has zero interest. He hates traveling. He likes his family. He would never work on Christmas.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of interesting. He was very adamant that he knew exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, I saw that too. I forgot to talk to you about that, but yeah, I saw that. That's okay. I don't think he needs to go to WWE. I don't think he'll be used correctly there. But everybody says that about everyone, but that's like the one of the like very few people that I truly believe would not be used well in WWE.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I hate that because I do. I think he could be an awesome like heavyweight champion. Mm-hmm. I just think they would ruin him.
Yeah. Yep.
The last little thing I wanted to go over. 3 days ago this week, Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar to become the WWE champion. I know that is both of our kind of one of our favorite moments in wrestling history.
Yep, that it is. That it definitely is.
I watched that match this morning. love those two. So, but yeah, you got anything else?
You want to talk about Rich Swann? Maybe I think they mutually agreed to terms on that.
Yeah. Rich Swann got kind of ousted. I do feel bad for the guy. The more I've looked into it, the more it seems like it was one of those things where it was just too little, too late.
Yeah.
But he already has an indie booking with the Crash, which is what's his name?
Conan.
Conan's promotion. So he's doing well for himself.
Yeah, I really do wish him the best. I think he'll pop up in a lot of indie scenes. He'll be used properly, I think. It's a really shitty situation for him because he had his charges dropped and everything. But what I think happened is when he was wanting to come back, he just saw that he may have been proven innocent in the court of law, but the court of law doesn't decide public opinion.
Yeah, and once the public has already decided that you did what you did, it's over with.
Yeah.
And even though his wife came out and said, no, this was a horrible misunderstanding, still too little too late. And you know who doesn't have indie bookings yet?
Enzo Amore.
Enzo Amore.
Yeah.
I love it. The world just kind of works out well.
Yeah. That's righting the wrongs of 2017.
Let's see, Bullet Club is fine now.
Man. Fuck Cody Rhodes.
And then fuck Cody Rhodes.
FTCR, dude.
Fuck that Cody Rhodes. Yeah. Yeah. But it's going to be an interesting couple of months, though, with them.
Yeah, they've got
and I love the fact that the rivalry in the storyline is cross-promotional and is being built up across several different places. And I kind of can't wait to see what Ring of Honor is going to do. I actually signed up for a membership this morning.
Yeah, I want to do the same thing.
Yeah, I just got one this morning, and I think I'm going to try and do the year-long one where you get all the pay-per-views too.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you have any other news or tidbits from the wrestling world?
I think that's all I've got, man.
I think it is too. Well, thank you guys for having me on here.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Thank you very much, buddy.
Really appreciate it. And looking forward to hearing it whenever you guys get it wrapped up.
Yes, sir. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Thanks,
I'll talk
Alex.
to you later, man.
No problem. Peace. You guys have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too, buddy.
man.
Peace. All right, so yeah, big thank you to Alex helping us out with the UFC and pro wrestling analysis with that one. I know a few of you guys out there do enjoy pro wrestling, so decided to add it in. But don't forget, me and Alex do run a wrestling podcast called The Spotcast. It's not dead. We're just very inactive with it. We decided to keep it only for pay-per-view predictions and NXT TakeOver and stuff like that. But let's get off the subject of pro wrestling and get back into the NHL standings.
Yeah.
So, Tony, we'll welcome you back.
Oh, hello.
And let's talk about the Eastern Conference first, and we'll move into the Western Conference. So we'll throw up the Eastern Conference standings right about now.
Yeah.
And you got anything that you want to point out?
I
see one thing really good that I didn't notice last time.
Yeah.
Last time I checked the standings, and that's the Caps getting a little bit more of a getting a little bit closer with the Penguins. Caps still have the lead, but the Penguins are getting closer and closer to
the Caps
tying it up.
Penguins, they've played 60 games, and the Caps, they still got 58. They've only played 58. They still got a couple more games to, I don't know, it's just, got fucking killed by the Blackhawks yesterday.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, the Metro, it's kind of tight, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's way more tight than the Atlantic is. The Atlantic, you got Tampa, Boston, Toronto, and then everyone else is just bottom of the league pretty much.
Yeah, and I said that on the last episode too that the Atlantic Division is basically going to be Tampa, Boston, or Toronto.
Yeah. They're not going to be even one of the wild card teams.
No.
Coming out of the East. It's going to be just 5 Metro, 3 Atlantic.
Yeah. And Toronto's played 60 games. Tampa Bay has played 59 games. Boston's only played 56, and they're only 3 points behind Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So I really think, and this is, I'm not being biased when I say this, but I'm just being completely honest. I truly think down the stretch, Boston's going to be able to take the Atlantic from Tampa.
I think they'll be able to take it too. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the team. They got the edge. They got the points.
Yeah, I think Boston will be able to take the Atlantic Division as we run down the stretch. But we'll take a look at the Western Conference. We'll throw that up right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got something to say about the Central Division.
Yeah, Preds and they've dropped a couple straight now.
Yeah.
Lost 2 games they really shouldn't have to Detroit and Calgary, but that's the NHL for you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you don't know what you're going to you just don't know what to expect from your team sometimes. But they're still tied with 77 points with the Winnipeg Jets. And Jets have played an extra game. They played 58. Preds played 57. Other than that, Central is looking pretty good this year. Other than the Blackhawks, which are probably one of the biggest surprises in the NHL.
Yeah.
Last in the Central. And it's good news for everyone. I mean, everyone else is a fucking Blackhawks hater.
Yeah. It's a real surprise.
There's just a lot of teams.
Definitely caught me off guard how bad they were this year.
Yeah.
I think the only division in the NHL that I think has a pretty much decided winner as of right now is the Pacific, and it's the fucking Golden Knights. And we talk about this every single time the Golden Knights come up. But it's their first year in the league, and they're leading the Pacific by 12 points over San Jose right now.
Yeah. Look at their fucking goal differential. It's plus 44.
Yeah, plus 44 goal differential in the first year of the franchise in the league.
I mean, yeah. It's not like
that doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Yeah, I mean, I knew they were going to be better than some up. I knew they were going to. I thought they would honestly make the playoffs. I didn't think they were going to be this fucking good.
No.
They had James Neal. They have Fleury in net.
They have a good roster.
And they keep winning.
They don't have a great roster. They have a good roster. So I expected them to finish third, fourth, maybe second in the Pacific. But they're leading the Pacific by 12 fucking points.
And they're running away with the division.
Their last 10 games, they've won 7. They've won 7 of the last 10.
Yeah, they've won 3 in a row right now. They're running away with the division. I expect them to take it. It just depends. I wonder what they're going to be like when it comes playoff time. Is this team seriously still going to be like that good? When it comes to playoffs, we'll see.
Yeah, that's something they haven't been tested on yet. Nobody knows. But can they hold?
Yeah.
Can they sustain the momentum they've built up through the regular season?
Now, don't get me wrong. They're not going to be like my Caps and fucking blow it.
No,
probably
I
the
wouldn't
first
imagine.
fucking round.
I wouldn't imagine.
Actually, no,
that.
we don't blow in the first. We just blow in the second round.
Yeah.
I think they'll get to the second round. Maybe even the fucking conference finals. out there in the West. But
it'll be really interesting to see what happens.
I don't see him as a Stanley Cup favorite. To be honest, because the fact
I think
what are you gonna do?
I think another thing that's aiding them, and I don't want to take anything away from Vegas,
they're
but I
doing
think
a great
they're
job.
playing in a weak Pacific division right now.
Other than
because the Kings are having a down year.
Yeah.
They play in the same division as the Coyotes, so that's always a
and
given.
The Oilers and
the Oilers
Canucks.
and the Canucks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not taking anything away from Vegas when I say that. I'm just saying it may be helping them be so dominant in the division because they play in a pretty weak division as far as the NHL goes. But
speaking of NHL, I think Seattle's getting a team. They signed.
I did see that.
They signed the paperwork.
They put $1 million down payment towards getting a team. So I'd like to see Seattle get a team.
Yeah,
that'll put them in the Pacific as well.
They'd have to move somebody.
Yeah.
They'd have to move one of those Canadian teams over to the Central to make it 8-8-8-8 up in all the divisions.
Yeah.
Because that would just wouldn't be fucking fun. Have 9 teams
in one division would be awful.
Yeah,
especially with a division that has 7 teams.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I hope Seattle gets a team. They deserve something after losing the Supersonics.
Yeah.
They still have the Seahawks and the Mariners, of course.
But Mariners are not
they
good.
have the Mariners.
It's
but
just
it's not that
good.
they're doing anything. We'll run through some games today that might have some divisional standing.
Yeah.
Some sort of a wrath on that. The Penguins play the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, Flyers are about to beat the Rangers.
Flyers about to beat the Rangers. That's in the third period with about 6 minutes left. That's Flyers are up 7-4.
Yeah.
Maple Leafs take on the Red Wings.
You got the Jets and the Panthers later. That's
Jets and Panthers. And yeah, those are really the only games that really matter as far as
Yeah.
divisional standings go. We'll take a quick glance at games tomorrow, see if anything matters. Caps take on the Sabres, Bruins take on the Flames, Preds take on the Senators, and the Golden Knights take on the Ducks. So, some somewhat important games today and tomorrow, actually, for as far as divisional standings goes. We start to get further into the season, progress a little bit, get closer to the playoffs.
It's a good little stretch down there.
Yep. Yeah, we'll cut off the NHL discussion there. We talked about the standings. We got everything out of the way. We're not going to talk a lot of scores weekly now because there's no reason to talk about one day of scores.
We're doing 1 or 2 shows a week. We're not really going to have no point in talking about scores.
Yeah. But we will talk about the NCAA basketball rankings. We'll start by talking with the AP Top 25, and then we'll move into the US. You want to talk the USA Today poll as well?
Nah, I think we'll just do the AP.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just talk the AP Top 25 poll, which is the poll that matters the most. Top 25. Is there anything you see really that kind of throws you off?
Not really. Just basically it's expected.
Yeah,
right there.
And I think I even talked the top 25 in maybe not the last episode, maybe the episode before last. I talked the top 25. Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
but I didn't get Tony's thoughts or anything, so I wanted to bring it back up and see if he thought anything was strange about it. There is one thing. I think Michigan State is the best team in the country, not Virginia.
Yeah, I don't think Virginia. Michigan State. They've proved themselves over time.
Virginia's a good team. I just don't think they're the best team in the country.
Yeah.
And as it stands, I think that team is Michigan State.
Yeah, as of right now, at least.
Yeah,
it's Michigan State. I mean, they're playing their asses off every single night. So.
All right. Well, since you don't have anything to say about that, today is the Daytona 500, which is actually underway right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So when this ends, I'm going to go watch it for a little bit before I begin editing this. But we're just going to run through the top, I'm going to run through the top 5, the first 5 rows. Tony doesn't partake in the watching of NASCAR. I got a little bit of white trash in me, so I enjoy watching NASCAR. But the front row is led by Alex Bowman, who's taken over the 88 car for Dale Earnhardt Jr. this year. He takes the pole in the Daytona 500, and beside him at number 2 is Denny Hamlin in the number 11 Toyota. Second row, third place, Ryan Blaney. Number 4, Chase Elliott, who's taken over the number 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, leaving the 24 behind. Number 5, the third row, number 5, Joey Logano, my boy, taking over. Well, not taking over. He is in the 22 Ford at 5th place. And then Kevin Carvet's in the number 4 Ford at 6th place. The fourth row, Darrell Wallace Jr., a.k.a. Bubba Wallace, taking over the 43 for Eric Almirola. He's in the 43 Chevrolet in 7th place. Eric Jones taking over the number 20 Toyota in 8th place. And in the 5th row, that's what we're going to talk about. Well, we'll talk 6th row too. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 17 Ford and Clint Boyer in the number 14 Ford. Rounds out 10th place. And then in the 6th row, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's Kurt and Kyle Busch. Number 11, number 41, or the 11th place, 6th row, Kurt Busch in the number 41 Ford, and in 12th place, Kyle Busch in the number 18 Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big year for NASCAR. They have Dale Jr. retiring, who's obviously their top draw, most popular driver in the world. As far as NASCAR goes, Tony doesn't watch NASCAR, but obviously you know who the fuck Dale Earnhardt Jr. is, and I'm sure there's a lot of names I've thrown out there that you don't know who they are.
Yeah, I know. Not necessarily I don't watch NASCAR, it's just not on the top of my list.
It's not something you follow. You know Bubba Wallace because of his ties with Tennessee.
Yeah. Obviously I know Dale and everybody, fucking Kyle and all them. Pretty much.
But you see the issue NASCAR has here.
Yeah.
Their top, most popular driver just retired, and now they have a bit of an identity issue.
Yeah.
Last year was a big year for them because, and you may not know this, but they lost their, they didn't lose their sponsorship, but they swapped sponsorships with Sprint. So it's not the Sprint Cup anymore, it's the Monster Energy Cup. They changed the formatting of the races by adding in the stages and everything like that.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
So that was a big year last year. I thought the changes were good. I really enjoyed them. My grandmother, on the other hand, did not like them. She's very much so a traditionalist when it comes to stock car racing, but yeah, I really enjoyed the changes last year, but I think this year is a bigger year for NASCAR than last year was. They have to try to draw in the fans that are not going to care as much because Dale Earnhardt Jr. just retired.
Yeah.
So, really big year for NASCAR. Daytona 500 is underway, of course, and as you guys will be watching this, it'll probably be halfway through the race. But we'll get out of the way of talking for that, and I made the announcement on the last show we would be doing our top 25.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we're going to do. If I can find the fucking thing so I can pull it up and we can look at it. Here it is.
There it is, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So Tony's going to run through the top 25. He's going to go 25 through 14, and I'll take over from 13 to 1. So Tony, go ahead with your
top
number 25 that he insisted I put in.
Yeah, because we had a great year.
They did have a great year.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't know, that me and Sam actually do have second teams when it comes to college sports.
Yeah.
Mine is, of course, Army West Point up in New York. Story behind that is my dad served in the U.S. military and even worked at Army West Point and grew up loving the Black Knights for all those years. And since we pretty much had the best year in school history, at least one of them last year, 10-3, got a bowl win, we're bringing a lot back. And Jeff Monken, he's got that program going in a good direction. So that's how we start the top 25. We got the Army Black Knights. Number 24, we got the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And they had a good year last year.
They weren't even ranked in
Yeah,
ESPN's poll.
they weren't even ranked in ESPN's poll, and we just put them there because they had a great year. And they got like 10 wins last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got 10 wins. It's like, I was kind of surprised they weren't. I know they lost Mason Rudolph, but who the hell cares? I mean, my goodness.
I think they'll be able to still carry it on.
Yeah. And
You still got fucking... You still have the same coach.
Yeah.
Who's one of the best coaches in the country, so they're not going to drop that much.
yeah. Number 23, we got Michigan.
ESPN's poll had them really high, but here's the thing.
I
Michigan has
don't
not
trust
shown me any reason
Yeah.
for me to believe in them. I almost didn't even
Yeah.
put them in the fucking top 25.
Yeah.
But Michigan hasn't shown me any reason
Yeah.
to believe in them.
Michigan, they don't beat anyone big.
No. But since Harbaugh's been there, they've lost every game to Ohio State. He's
Yeah.
been there since.
And they've only beaten Michigan State once.
Yeah. I had why should I believe in
Yeah.
Michigan? I think ESPN
Until-
had them at
yeah.
like 13,
Something like that. No, it was 11.
11. Yeah, they had them they had them really high, like way too fucking high.
Yeah. It's like until Harbaugh shows me that he can fucking take this team to like something. Like you haven't even taken this team to a fucking Big Ten championship. Like, why should I have any reason to believe you can do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, number 22, we got South Carolina Gamecocks. Well, Muschamp.
They have a good team.
Yeah.
They really do. They have a good team.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, they have a really good
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. Muschamp. Everyone was like, "Ooh, this hire is fucking terrible."
And it turns out
Yeah. I think just the pressure of having Florida as a coach.
that's a really big job to take. As much as I don't want to say that it's a good job, it really fucking
Yeah.
is.
Especially when it's your first job straight out being a defensive coordinator at
Yeah.
Texas. I think he learned from his mistakes and he's actually working it out in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Number 21, we got LSU. Ed Orgeron, he had a pretty decent first year.
He's got a big year coming up.
Second year, technically, because he was that.
Yeah, he was the
interim.
interim.
Yeah. He does
Big
have
year
a-
coming up.
Yeah.
LSU has high expectations.
Yeah.
I think, and I listened to some CBS Sports Radio before
Yeah.
we started doing this, but they said something I actually really agree with. If he goes 8-4 or 7-5, he's going to be on the hot seat next year.
Yeah. He's got a hell of a team coming.
He does have a hell of a team coming, but he has to do something
Yeah.
because he's going to be on the hot seat if he doesn't have a really good year
Yeah.
this year. 8-4,
And don't-
7-5.
Yeah. They have
That might cut it to last this year, but next year, not
Yeah.
this coming year,
Yeah.
next year, he's going to have to do really fucking good,
Yeah.
or they're going to boot his ass.
Yeah.
Because they passed on a lot of really good coaches to keep Ed Orgeron
Yeah.
on staff.
They have Alabama at home this year, I think, too.
I think so, and they have
So-
Florida at home too.
If they have any No, they don't, because
Do
remember,
they not? Oh,
no, remember that
that's right, that's
it was
right,
like
that's
2
right.
years ago
Yeah, that's right.
when Florida,
Yeah.
the stupid hurricane.
So Florida's on the road, but they do have Alabama at home. If they can pull that game off, I think
If
he'll
there's
be
a
fine.
year where they're gonna do it, it's got to be this year.
Yeah.
They got a fucking great team. Anyway,
Moving on.
yeah, moving on. Number 20, we got the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They had a decent.
They had a pretty good year last
pretty
year.
good year.
Not the best year for them, but they had a pretty good year. They started
Yeah.
off really hot and then kind of sputtered as the year went on.
Yeah.
But they finished strong. They won their bowl game, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they. Pretty sure they did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did too. I don't remember what game it was.
Yeah, whatever. Number 19, we got Mississippi State.
Big year for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Dan Mullen leaves, takes on the
Yeah.
Florida job.
Yeah.
They hire.
Whatever the hell is
Who
it?
was it they hired?
I don't even remember his name.
I don't even.
It was just the defensive coordinator at Penn State.
Yeah.
Sean something. I don't know.
I can't remember when it was, but yeah, it's a big year for Mississippi State.
Yeah. They still got a great
New
team
coach
coming back.
They have
of course.
they have a really good team that Dan Mullen built up.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with them because Dan Mullen's been there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you continue your thing. I almost
Yeah.
went into it myself.
Yeah. And not much to say about this next one, but number 18, Boise State. Obviously.
Consistent team. They're just
Consistently.
consistent. They're always in the top 25.
Yeah. Don't really know much about Boise State, so moving on to number 17, where we have the defending national champs, the USF Knights.
UCF.
Or UCF Knight. Golden Knights.
Golden Knights.
Yeah, Golden Knights.
Yes. The defending national
The
champions.
defending national... The UCF...
self-proclaimed national champions.
Yeah.
They were the only team in the FBS to go undefeated last year, so
Yeah.
they took it upon themselves to call themselves the undefeated
The
national
national
champions.
That's fucking...
I love that. Scott Frost just left,
Yeah.
so it's a big year for them as well. Really big year for a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scott Frost just left. He took on the Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska.
Job? Yeah,
Fired
took on the
what's his
Nebraska
face?
job. Be interesting to see what they do. I hope they can keep it up.
Yeah.
Because the Big 12 needs another team. I'd like one of them to be UCF.
Yeah, that would really screw up the fucking Big 12.
Yeah, they've already got West Virginia in
Yeah.
there. I don't think they fucking care anymore.
Yeah, anyway, moving on, number 16. Got the USC Trojans, and gonna be interesting this year losing Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. They're still got a hell of a team coming back, of course, because USC. And I still think they will be one of the top 25 best teams in the entire nation.
Yeah.
Moving on, number 15, we got Virginia Tech. Kind of a mystery, but pretty... Justin Fuente, he's recruited really well there.
Yeah. He's
Bit-
done just
yeah.
as well as I thought
Yeah,
he would be.
Yeah. Bit of a mystery because they just lost their quarterback, didn't they? Pretty sure.
Did you say? I think they did.
Yeah,
I think so.
they lost a little bit, but I'm sure they got enough coming back. And Justin Fuente, he's a pretty good coach. Moving on, number 14, you got the West Virginia Mountaineers, who will be playing the Tennessee Volunteers in the opener at Charlotte, and I am not excited to play this team.
No, not at all.
Will Greer and that team, they are good. I don't expect us to win, to be
No,
honest.
not at all.
The West Virginia, I don't see them competing for any national championship this year, but they are good. They got Will Greer, a hell of a quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my second
that-
team, which I'll talk about in a second, they play in the Big 12. I won't reveal it yet because I'm about to talk about
Yeah,
it.
we're about.
But yeah, I have my secondary team in college football. Throughout all college, is a Big 12 team, and we play West Virginia every year. And I swear to God, I can watch every game and like not be nervous at all and think that we're gonna win. But as soon as West Virginia week comes, I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
Because they're one of those teams. They're not like a great team. They're never really a great team, but they're always a scary team.
Yeah.
That's the thing about them. They're always just so fucking... They have the ability
Yeah.
to beat really good teams, but they're just so inconsistent that
Yeah.
they don't end up winning the Big 12 or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to number 13
Yeah,
while we're on the subject, and I'll take over from 13 to number
Yep.
1, and it is my TCU Horned Frogs. Big year this year. We had a really good year last year, and I personally, and this is not me being biased at all, this is just me being honest, I believe that TCU should be considered as one of the better teams in the NCAA. We finished 11-3 last year. 2 of those losses were to Oklahoma, and everyone knows how good Oklahoma ended up being. They lost in overtime in the playoffs to Georgia. But yeah, they finished with 2 losses in the Big 12, and 2 of those losses were to Oklahoma, 1 in the regular season, 1 in the Big 12 championship game. So I feel like they should be considered as a better team than they are currently viewed as. I think ESPN had them like 15 or 16, which isn't that low. I wanted to move them up higher because I really do believe that they're one of the better teams in the nation, and they're one of they're a top 2 team in the Big 12. All things considered, with Oklahoma seeing how they're going to be next year, losing Baker Mayfield, which I think is going to hinder them quite a bit. But moving on to number 12, we have Auburn. They had a really good year last year. They won the SEC West, ended up losing to Georgia in the SEC championship game. Not too sure what all they're looking forward to next year. I think they keep their quarterback. Tony stepped off for a second, so I don't have him to help me out with that one. Big year for Auburn next year. They've got to compete with Alabama, of course, who just won the national championship by, once again, not winning the conference. I hate when this shit happens. They didn't even win their division, but they won the national championship. But anyway, I'm not going to delve too much on that. But yeah, Auburn's got a big year. They just won their division. They come off a win over Alabama in the Iron Bowl. So yeah, it's a really big year coming up for them. Hey, Tony.
Yo.
Did Auburn lose their quarterback last year? Or are they keeping him this year?
I'm pretty sure they're keeping him.
Okay, that's what I thought as well.
Face that left.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on to number 11, Stanford. I don't follow much Pac-12 football, but I do follow Stanford loosely. I didn't watch them much last year.
Yeah.
Have they lost any key players?
Not that I
can think
really
of?
know of. They lost whoever the fuck it was, the running back. I'm pretty sure they lost
Yeah.
one of their running backs.
But yeah, don't know much about Stanford, so we'll move on to number 10, and we're now in the top 10 finally.
Yep.
And we go to Miami. Mark Richt doing a really good job down there, I think.
They just fell off the stretch at the end of the year.
They did. They sputtered out a little bit in classic Mark Richt fashion.
Yeah.
They lose. What's their quarterback? Brad Kaya?
Kaya, yeah.
They lose Brad Kaya. He was a senior last year, I believe. Yeah. Big year for them. We decided to put them at top 10 because I really do believe they have a really good team down there. Mark Richt's doing a really good job, and if anyone's going to have a good quarterback to come in and fill Brad Kaya's spot, it's going to be Mark Richt have someone to fill that spot because he's produced so many good quarterbacks over the year in Georgia and everything like that.
Yeah.
Number 9, we have Michigan State. I don't know anything about Michigan State. This is the team that you wanted to put at number 9, I think.
Yeah.
Or I don't remember. We don't know much about them.
I mean, I know a little bit about Big 12. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got a big team coming back.
Yeah, they had a decent year last year. Year before last, they had a terrible year.
Yeah, they won like 3-9 the year before, and they just turn around right again. They won like 9 or 10 games.
9 or 10 games, yeah. They beat Michigan last year?
Yeah, they did.
They did, yeah.
Yeah, they did. It was like this raining monster.
Oh, yeah, it was that really
house.
gross game. And then at number 8, we have Oklahoma, who I talked about a little bit when I was running through the TCU thing. They just lost Baker Mayfield. ESPN had them in the top 4, I think.
Yeah.
We moved them down to number 8 because they, like I said, they just lost Baker Mayfield, who, in my opinion, was the best player on that team. I think they're going to struggle.
Yeah.
I really think they're going to struggle. They had a really good year last year. Maybe they'll be able to pull it together, but in my eyes, I think they're going to struggle for the first few games.
Yeah, they're not going to be terrible. It's just they're going to have a hard. I don't even know their quarter.
I don't know.
Oh wait, I remember. It's the guy who transferred from A&M.
What was his name?
Kyle something Murray or goddamn. What the fuck was it?
Kyle Murray? Was this Kyle
Kyle
Murray?
Murray, yeah.
Was it Kyle Murray? Yeah. Okay, so they're bringing in Kyle Murray. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I forgot Oklahoma was transferred.
I still don't think they're going to be that. I still don't think they're going to be a top 4 team.
No. But yeah, it'll be an interesting year for them. I wish we played them earlier in the year. I wish TCU played them earlier in the year so we could take advantage of them maybe not being the best at the beginning of the year. But
yeah,
we'll see how they go. Number 7, we have Penn State. Love him or hate him, James Franklin's doing a really good job up there. He's got a really good team. I honestly think they were the best team in the Big Ten last year.
Yeah, they just fell off. They got a few games here and there where they're just...
Yeah, Penn State's a really good team, I think. Number 6, we have Wisconsin. I don't know anything about Wisconsin.
I know they won the Orange Bowl against Miami.
I know they beat Miami in the Orange Bowl. That's all I really know about them. I know they have a good team. I just don't know much about their good team.
They run the ball. I'm pretty sure a lot.
Yeah, they do run the ball a lot.
Wear you down.
They wear you down. All right, so we get into the top 5 now. We got Ohio State. Obviously. I think this is even where ESPN had them at. I think it's a good spot.
No, they had like 4 or some shit.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they had...
Like 3. Yeah. 3 or 4, one of the 2.
Ohio State. Who's their quarterback now? I don't even watch.
They have 100 quarterbacks a year.
Yeah, they go through like 4 quarterbacks every year, but somehow still make it to the playoffs. Except last year. Yeah, Ohio State. They've always got a good team coming in. They're in the top 5 for obvious reasons. Try to speed through this and wrap this up. Get this off. Number 4, Washington. Obvious reasons. Chris Peterson's a great fucking coach.
Yeah, might be losing Jake Browning, but
not a big deal.
I think Peterson will get him.
Yeah, I think they got a good quarterback coming in to cover that. Don't know his name, but I've seen him, heard a little bit. He seems like a really good quarterback, good arm on him. Number 3, who ESPN had at number 1 for God knows what fucking reason, because they weren't that great last year. Clemson.
Fuck Clemson.
They've just... I don't understand. ESPN had them at number 1. I don't see why they had them at number 1.
I guess because Kelly Bryant or
whatever the fuck. It's like, I don't know.
Who fucking cares? They haven't been the same team since Deshaun Watson left.
Yeah.
I'll say that right now. They have been not that great since Deshaun Watson left for the NFL. Number 2, we have the actual defending national champions, the Alabama Crimson Tide. And this is one of those strange things where I put the team who lost the national championship over the team who won the national championship.
Yeah, we got Georgia number 1.
Because I think Georgia has the better team.
Even though they lost Michelle and...
they had the number 1 recruiting class in the nation.
Yeah.
They had a great recruiting class the year before that.
And they got Jake Fromm coming back off a whole year of experience and everything. Still got the receivers.
Georgia's a scary team.
Yeah.
They scared the shit out of me. And they're pissed.
Yeah.
They just lost in overtime to Alabama
in the national
championship. They're fucking pissed. They're going to want to come after that. And I hate, for once in my life, I hate the fact that we play in the SEC East.
Yeah.
Because there's finally a team that's actually fucking good coming out of the SEC East.
Yeah. It's Georgia.
And it scares me. Because we're trying to rebuild right now.
Yeah.
And it's hard to rebuild when you've got a national championship caliber team in your same division.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 of them in your conference. 3 of them. You got 3 national championship contenders in your conference with Auburn, Alabama, and Georgia. It's
and we got to play all 3 this year.
And we play all 3 this year. Yeah. That is awful.
Yeah.
We're going to have a terrible year. I just realized that. We're going to have an awful year this year.
At least those are fucking 3 games we lost.
Yeah. Well, that's all we've got
I'll
for
say
you guys.
this year's not going to... This team isn't as bad as fucking when Butch Jones first took over.
Yeah, Jeremy Pruitt's coming into a better situation than Butch Jones came into. So if Butch Jones can do as well as he did with his first couple of years here, imagine what Jerry Pruitt's going to be able to do. He's got a better team.
Yeah. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's not as bad as when fucking Derek Dooley left.
No.
Got fired.
We at least have offensive linemen on the roster.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll stop it there. That's all we've got for you guys today. Really long one, and they're probably going to end up being this long every week. That's okay, because we're not doing it daily anymore. But thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Remember to click that like button, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell, get you a little ringy ding ding whenever we upload. Thank you to the listeners who talk to us every day. I always got to shout them out at the end of every episode. Derek, Trevor, David, Zach,
Austin.
And Austin.
Yeah, Austin. Yeah.
Am I missing anyone?
Trying to think.
We've had a lot of people talk to us lately.
Yeah, we have.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I think those are the ones. If I missed out on you, just let me know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And if you got anyone, any friends who love hearing about sports and none of the politics and bullshit, tell them to subscribe to us. We talk about this shit daily. Every week.
Every Sunday. Every Sunday we'll be here. Let your friends know. Tell them about us.
Just subscribe.
Just look out every Sunday. We'll be coming with it. And we thank you guys very much. Thank you for listening. Have a good week.
Yep.
Enjoy the All-Star game tonight. If you're watching the Daytona 500, you'll be listening to this probably after it, because I'm sure you'll be watching the race instead of listening to this. But I need to shut the fuck up and end this. I keep rambling on. Yeah, I need to shut the fuck up. Thank you guys. Enjoy your week. And we'll talk to you next Sunday. Peace.
Later.
So fresh.
Playing for the fame, my swag is the only game. Never add water, that shit will drive you insane. Moving up the ladder, to me your shit doesn't matter. Your chick might be bad, but I bet my chick is better. Show you who I'm reppin', nigga, throwing up Knockside. And my nigga Snapback coming in from the north side. Handing out shots on the street, come and get a hit. Then I take your bitch to my place and she let me hit. Blunt rolled up, take a puff and I pass it down. All my niggas with me, 865, that's my hometown. Young Doc on the track, I ain't sippin' on Kool-Aid. That shit's for pussies, I live life on a high grade. Wake up every day, ready to bring on the rain. Knocks filling my blood, flowing up through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Wake up every day, ready to bring on the rain. Knocks filling my blood, flowing up through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win.
How we do is win. How we do is ball. Bring the rain, 250, I let it out. What the fuck you mean? I do this for real. Young Doc got the Glock, he shooting the kill. Lil Knox ain't the spot, we shooting that wheel. Rolling up, motherfucker.
always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Throw the deuces up to bitches, I don't play with fucking cinches. Turn your back on me and I promise that there won't be a witness. Say what you want in your lyrics, I bet no one will hear it. My entire fan base is based on all your critics. Take a shot at the title and see who's at the top. I might not be there yet, but try and make me stop. Say hasta la vista, baby, like I was a Terminator, and I just keep getting bigger like I am a Schwarzenegger. Come at me and you in danger, I'm no pimp, I'm just a player. A snap of my fingers and all my niggas annihilators. I put this pen on the paper and pull my head towards the clouds and imagine the day that I'm in front of a giant crowd. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win. Wake up every day ready to bring on the rain. Knoxville in my blood, flowing all through my veins. No room for pussy rappers, always trying to fit in. Say what you want, cause all we do is win.